Today we're talking about why do you still fail to reach fluency in English despite many years of learning English. You might be asking yourself, I've been learning English for years, for the past 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I'm still not able to speak English fluently, and here I am on YouTube watching your videos trying to figure out how to improve my English, how to improve my speaking skill. Today I'm going to try to explain everything from a both scientific perspective and my first-hand personal experiences. If you want to improve your speaking skill by yourself without getting any class, without getting any tutor, just by yourself on your own, and there's a very important link and pattern between creative process and language learning process. First of all, we're going to take a look at what happens in our brain during the creative process, okay? According to some of the neuroscientific studies, when we try to create something during the creative process, there are 3 important networks in our brain that work all together. In order to improve your speaking skill, in order to learn English, we need to use these 3 networks all together, okay, at the same time. The first network is the executive attention network. The executive attention network allows you to pay attention and focus. That's the first network. The second network is the imagination network. The imagination network allows you to daydream and imagine yourself in someone else's shoes. That's kind of like the most important part when it comes to improving your speaking skill, okay? The imagination network is what makes you speak English fluently, okay? That's the second network. And the last and final network is the Salience network. The more active these networks are in your brain, the more they work together, the more creative you are, okay? Our conventional, traditional education system doesn't allow us to learn English in a creative way, okay? I'm going to give you guys 3 examples in order for you to understand what I mean by these networks, okay? Now, our first example is about pickup. Let's say you want to learn the meaning of pickup in English, but you're not going to only learn the meaning of pickup, but also you need to use this pickup when you speak, right? When you speak, this word pickup needs to come out of your mouth without struggling. Now, how do you use your brain? How do you use those networks all together? Our first network is executive attention network. Let's say you learn English with friends, okay? Let's look at this example. Pickup.
Is everybody clear? We're going to pick it up and move it.
Is everybody clear? We're going to pick it up and move it.
All we need is teamwork, okay? We're going to lift the car.
We're going to lift the car and slide it out.
Mommy?
Sake, Judy, pick up the sock!
Pick up the sock, pick up the sock, pick up the sock.
I'm sorry, was that rude?
Monica's not coming. It's just going to be me and Rachel.
Oh. Well, hold on there, camper. You sure you've thought this through?
It's laundry. The thinking through is pretty minimal.
See, it's just you and Rachel, just the 2 of you?
Yeah.
This is a date. You're going on a date.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
So what are you saying here? I should shave again to pick up some
What are you
wine?
saying here? I should shave again, pick up some
you,
wine. When you try to learn English with friends or other TV shows, initially you use the executive attention network, okay? And that is the first step of a creative process. That is the first step of learning English. But I just wanted to bear this in mind. Executive attention network, just watching TV show or doing shadowing, like repeating their lines, we're gonna pick it up and move it. We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. Repeating their lines, just looking at those scenes, like doing shadowing, or writing down the words' meanings, or just trying to memorize those words, or just watching this episode is never enough for learning English, because you only use this one network, and that is executive attention network. And when it comes to creative process, you need to use these 3 important networks all together. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the second network, which is imagination network. And this is one of the most important network when it comes to learning English, when it comes to speaking English, when it comes to improving your speaking skill, which brings me to my AK method. I want to show you guys how to use this imagination network, okay?
Is everybody clear? We're going to pick it up and move it. All we need is teamwork, okay? We're gonna lift the car and slide it out.
Is everybody clear? We're gonna pick it up and move it. Is everybody clear? We're gonna pick it up and move it. All we need is teamwork, okay? We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. All we need is teamwork, okay? We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. All we need is teamwork, okay? We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. Is everybody clear? We're gonna pick it up and move it. All we need is teamwork, okay? We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. We're gonna lift the car and slide it out. So basically, what I did here is, without using my computer, without looking at this scene, just with this script, I forced myself to put myself in a raw situation. I forced my brain to visualize this scene, to experience this scene, so that, you know, my brain knows a situation where I can say pick up.
Mommy?
Oh, for God's sake, Judy, pick up the sock! Pick up the sock! Pick up the sock! I'm sorry, was that rude?
Mommy, for God's sake, Judy, pick up the sock, pick up the sock, pick up the sock. I'm sorry, was it rude? For God's sake, Judy, pick up the sock, pick up the sock, pick up the sock. I'm sorry, was it rude? Again, in this situation, I remember the scene where Phoebe says, pick up the sock, pick up the sock, pick up the sock. And after speaking out loud, after she speaks out loud, she says this, I'm sorry, was it rude? In this situation, other than using pick up, I also use this word rude. If I ever been in a situation like this where I need to say rude, I will know the situation because I put myself in Phoebe's shoes, okay? My brain gets familiar with the context. My brain gets familiar with the situation.
It's just you and Rachel, just the two of you?
Yeah.
This is a date. You're going on a date.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
So what are you saying here? I should shave again to pick up some wine? What?
Okay, it's just you and Rachel, just the two of you. This is a date. You're going on a date. It's just you and Rachel, just the two of you. This is a date. You're going on a date. What are you saying here? I should shave again, pick up some wine? What? It's just you and Rachel, just the two of you. This is a date. You're going on a date. So what are you saying here? I should shave again, pick up some wine? For me, you know, pick up some wine has a completely different meaning here, right? It doesn't mean pick up the car, or it doesn't mean pick up the sock, but pick up some wine. That means you're gonna go get wine from a grocery. So basically, pick up has completely different meaning here compared to other two different examples. So my brain knows the situation, like pick up the car, pick up the car, pick up the sock, pick up the sock. What are you saying here? I should shave again, pick up some wine. One word, pick up, has a different story in my brain. So that helps me to speak English fluently, guys. That helps you to speak English fluently. So that is the point of AK method, okay? The point of AK method is to force your brain to visualize this scene. So basically, you use this imagination network. You put yourself in other people's situation. I always remember that, guys. When we try to speak, we don't speak in a robotic way, right? You speak with emotions. So when you practice with those scripts, try to feel the emotion.
I was driving by and you were just like, oh!
Come inside.
Pick up the sock! Pick up the sock! Pick up the sock!
If you feel the emotion, if you're able to get into character, if you can feel it, then you can easily learn English. Because our lines, our words, our sentences are guided by our emotions. So that brings me to the final network, and this is called Salience network. First of all, I want to give you a few definitions of salience. Okay, the meaning of salience. In language, salience is a state or condition of being prominent. The Oxford English Dictionary defines salience as most noticeable or important. What is salience in psychology? Salience describes how prominent or emotionally striking something is. Salience bias states that the brain prefers to pay attention to salient elements of an experience. Salient network is very important. What is salient? For instance, when you learn with my methods, when you go over those lines and when you try to repeat those lines without looking at text, you're gonna see that some of the lines will stay with you for the rest of your life. I wanted to get your attention right in the beginning of the video when I say conventional. Our conventional, traditional education system doesn't allow us to learn English in a creative way. You know what? When I say convention, I remember this scene from Friends where this scientist guy says,
Just saying, like,
Could you speak up, please?
Sorry, I was just saying to my friend that I thought you were the most beautiful woman that I'd ever seen in my life. And then you said you thought Daryl Hannah was the most beautiful woman that he'd ever seen in his life. And I said, yeah, I liked her in Splash a lot, but not so much in Wall Street. I thought she had kind of hard quality in that. And Daryl Hannah is beautiful in a conventional way. You are luminous with a kind of a delicate gray.
when I use this word in my speech, whenever I say convention, I always remember this scene from Friends. There is nothing specific about this scene, but for me, probably something was so prominent emotionally or something.
Elizabeth, Alexandra, Mary.
Take thee, Elizabeth, Alexandra, Mary.
No way, his three sisters aren't here. And they're all married to Nazis. Prominent Nazis.
So salient things are the things that are very prominent and very easy to notice, very easy to remember, very easy to get the attention of the viewer, okay? What I wanted to take out of this video, what I wanted to get from this video is learning language process and creativity is very related, okay? Learning language process and creativity process have the same exact pattern. So moral of the story, to sum this video up, when it comes to learning English, you're gonna use the executive attention network by watching TV shows or something. You're gonna pay attention, you're gonna focus, and you're gonna use this first network, but that's never gonna be enough, okay? The second network is gonna be the imagination network, and in order to use this network, you're gonna learn English with my method. And the last and final thing is gonna be the Salience network. Some of the scenes are gonna get your attention specifically, and it's gonna be so much easier for you to remember those scenes. And also the final thing is, if you have any questions about this method, if you try to learn English with this method, if you learn English with my methods, and if you have any questions, any struggles, anything that is confusing you, if you have anything, just feel free to ask whatever question you have in mind. I'll answer every single one of your questions about this topic, like if you learn English with my methods, if you try to learn English. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, okay?